Hello everyone, Adam here with AJT Design. Today we have an instruction video. This is our V3 shift knob for the Jeep Wrangler JL application, also the Jeep Gladiator, the Jeep truck, the JT. This fits the automatic transmission. The installation procedure for this is fairly easy, and it's pretty much exactly the same as our previous V2.5 shift knobs that we used to have available. These are the shift knob modules that will be in the vehicle. You do not need to remove these from the vehicle. This is done purely for demonstration purposes. We will do the main shifter first, so I'll just set this aside so it's out of the way. So with this being in the vehicle, the first thing you're going to want to have to do is release this boot. And this is done simply by squeezing it. There's little tabs right there. There's 4 of them. You squeeze these and these will pop up. Lift this up and there'll be a screw exposed here. The hardware kit will come with a Torx key. Insert and loosen the screw. Screw removed, the whole thing should lift off. Oh, there it goes. So next what we need to do is remove the shifter from the boot. This piece here will slide off, and there'll be a couple little tabs down in here that need to be pressed down. This one has been taken apart and put together so many times that they're actually broken off. So this thing will just slide off. Again, there's tabs right there. You can see they're broken on this one that you would access through those holes that would need to be pressed down. Shifter is removed. Next, we need to remove this little plastic piece from the boot. And this, when you take it apart for the first time, will be glued on. This one's been taken apart multiple times, so the glue bond has already been broken. This comes apart relatively easily. You just want to be careful and work your way around so you don't actually tear the boot. But this is pretty easy to get apart. The glue comes off pretty easily. It's not very strong. So we're going to want to save this boot. This piece can be discarded with the knob. Okay. Right, so the first thing we'll probably want to do is get these, this thing into the boot. Make sure you have the orientation correct. And this will just slide in like this. And you'll see there'll be a set screw down there. You want to take the short set screw. There'll be 4 set screws included with the kit, 2 long ones and 2 short ones. You're going to take one of these short ones, put it down on the bottom here. Take the supplied Allen key. Get that in a couple turns. We want to install over this. And the idea is we want that set screw to go into that hole right there. And you could line it up first and then put the set screw in last, I suppose, doesn't really matter. But you want to turn this in, and you want to make sure you find that hole. So this should go all the way down in. If it doesn't go in this far, you've missed it. So what you want to do when you think you've got it there, get it all the way in, and then take it out a few turns. And you should be able to rock it back and forth a little bit, but the shifter should be held captive on there. And that's how you know that little extended point on the screw is through the hole in the shaft. Then what we'll do is we'll pull this down, take one of the long screws, and insert it right there. If you have some blue Loctite handy when you're putting this together, it's not a bad idea to put on these screws to help ensure that they don't ever loosen up. Of course, if you're also doing a key fob installation at the same time, never use Loctite on any of our plastic products. Yeah, so get this one on the side nice and snug. And then what you want to do is come back and snug this bottom one up. snugging up the screws in this order ensures that everything is lined properly. Once that's done, you'll want to take the supplied zip tie, put this around here to hold the boot in place. Tighten that up. Trim the tail. And this one is done. That's basically all there is to it. You test the functionality, but pretty straightforward. This is done. Next, we'll move on to the transfer case, and it's a very similar procedure. Again, we need to release the boot by pressing it in, popping it out, and then you lift this thing all the way up, and this boot is much tighter on this knob and longer, so you have access to this screw. And again, we'll take the Torx key, we'll loosen this up and take it out. There it goes. So with that removed, this whole thing will slide right off. And once again, we need to remove the shifter in the boot. The shifter should kind of pop right out. It's just kind of snapped in. Then again, we've got to remove this plastic piece from the boot, which again is glued in, and which yet again has already been removed. So you can see right around there, that's where it's glued. So when you take it apart from the first time, just gently, peel this back as far as you can and just gently pry it apart. As long as you're gentle, it should come apart no problem, no damage to the boot. So this one, we have to basically do the same process. Flip this boot inside out, and it's long. Make sure the top end is folded in nicely, just like that. You gotta take this, slide it in just like that. This one, there is not an opportunity to put a zip tie to hold the boot in place. You just can't get to it. However, it stays in place pretty well on its own. It's not really necessary. So with that on, you want to flip this thing back inside out. And what we need is access to that hole there. So once again, simply slide this on. And in that little hole there, sorry, this keeps going off the camera. Again, we take the small set screw. I apologize, I feel like this is getting hard to see. There we go. That goes in here. And it is a little tough. You've got to hold the boot up out of the way. Of course, you'll be doing this in your vehicle, so it'll be, I don't know if it'll be easier or harder, but it'll be different. And the same deal, we're going to tighten this down. Make sure that extended point, see I'm binding right there, it means I'm not in position. There it goes. That screw should go all the way in. Again, loosen it up a turn or so. And it should rock back and forth, but not be able to move up and down. That means the point is in the hole where it belongs. Up here again, take the remaining long screw. Tighten that in. And we go back to this bottom one, and then we tighten this one all the way. Again, this procedure makes sure that everything is located perfectly. So that's what we recommend. Get nice and tight. And that's it. That's all that there is to it. Snap these boots back down because they'll be in your vehicle. And this is it, the V3 shift knob for the automatic JL. As always, we will have a link to our website below if you'd like to purchase this, as well as my email if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.